Welcome to the second part of the human life story. If you saw the first part, you became acquainted with the first ape, Australopithecus. The discovered fossils indicate that the next ape that appeared on Earth after Australopithecus was Homo habilis. When the story reaches the first apes, Homo habilis, we can understand from their physical appearance that they are more similar to humans. To better understand, you need to know that the modern human we are today is called Homo sapiens, where Homo means man and sapiens means wise. However, this video is related to Homo habilis, which means skillful man. When this name was given to this ape, they still didn't know that Australopithecus also crafted tools. Anyway, the ape we want to talk about is referred to as a skillful human, or Homo habilis. The emergence of Homo habilis was in South and East Africa because the fossils discovered were found there. Australopithecus, the first primitive ape we introduced before, lived approximately 2 to 2.5 million years ago, while Homo habilis lived between 1.5 to 2 million years ago. Archaeologists consider Homo habilis an evolution from Australopithecus, and the fossils and their lifespan indicate that Homo habilis has evolved from the first humans. They have become more intelligent, both physically and mentally. Some people say that it's impossible for one species to transform into another, but they don't consider that evolution takes hundreds of thousands to 1 million years. The most significant difference between Homo habilis and Australopithecus is that Homo habilis lacks a large snout, having a shorter and smoother face, making the distinction between them clear. In addition to these differences, the brows of Homo habilis have changed, becoming smoother. One notable feature that hasn't changed in Homo habilis compared to Australopithecus is their nose, which remains broad, and their nasal bone and cartilage haven't taken the shape seen in modern humans. Although they are called skillful humans, they are not significantly more skilled than Australopithecus and have not made considerable progress compared to them. However, there is a main difference between this human and the first humans. The main difference lies in the fact that Homo habilis individuals, compared to Australopithecus, possess greater skills. This means that more of them can create and use tools. In the time of Australopithecus, or Lucy, only a few had this skill, and it can be said that only their geniuses were capable of making tools. Most scientists believe that Homo habilis did not need to advance tool making. Instead, they sharpened stones and used various tools such as spears, knives, and hammers for breaking things. The technology that Homo habilis possessed is later utilized for hundreds of thousands of years after them. This indicates that they did not require more advanced technology than the spear and hammer they had. Some wonder how archaeologists differentiate between these skillful humans and chimpanzees. The most crucial source is fossils, clearly showing that chimpanzees and other animals walked on all fours, while Homo habilis walked upright. The most significant difference between the early apes and monkey bodies is their shoulder strength. As mentioned in the Australopithecus video, their shoulder strength decreased, and this trend increased in Homo habilis. Also, the back of Homo habilis became smoother, and they don't have the hump like in monkeys. In the Australopithecus video, it was mentioned that they were about 1 meter tall, but Homo habilis grew taller and heavier. The height of this first human is approximately 160 centimeters, and their weight reached around 50 kilograms, roughly 10 kilograms more than Lucy's weight. Another important difference is that the legs of Homo habilis became longer, and their hands were no longer hanging below their knees. these longer legs made their gait smoother and faster, unlike Lucy, who couldn't move quickly due to the larger upper body compared to the lower body, making it challenging to move swiftly. Now, let's move on to the most important part of this creature, its brain. Firstly, it's essential to understand that brain size does not determine intelligence. For example, elephants have large brains, but they are not exceptionally intelligent. Brain size must be compared to the body size of the organism. Homo habilis had a relatively large brain compared to its body size. Just as Homo habilis' weight and height increased compared to Australopithecus, its brain also grew proportionally. When you compare their skulls, you can see that the brain size has increased. We need to change our perspective on Homo habilis. They are no longer prone to as many mistakes as Australopithecus. Homo habilis thinks, plans to avoid danger, and uses strategies. Unlike Australopithecus, Homo habilis doesn't just use tools, but also thinks and acts strategically. When examining the skull fossils of Australopithecus, you find that their brain volume is about 400 cubic centimeters. In contrast, the brain size of Homo habilis is approximately 600 cubic centimeters. The fact that Homo habilis had a bigger brain suggests that they became smarter. During the Australopithecus era, the sizes of males and females were almost the same. However, as we reach Homo habilis, males become larger. Over time, these proportions change, and the body sizes of females and males become almost equal. But remember, these changes happened over hundreds of thousands of years. Louis and Mary Leakey were the first ones to discover the fossils of Homo habilis in 1955. Many paleontologists of that time obtained valuable information based on jawbones, tooth arrangements, and skull examinations. Mr. Raymond Dart, a South African anthropologist, coined the term Habilis for these early humans, which has various meanings such as capable, useful, and skilled. To survive, Homo habilis had to use its brain. Large carnivores of that time, like saber-toothed cats, leopards, and crocodiles, were hunting these skilled humans. Homo habilis had to think and strategize on how to escape from these predators and stay alive. This pressure on their brains led to the rapid growth of their brains. Around 1 million years ago, we reach a point where Homo habilis reaches its evolutionary peak and transforms into Homo erectus, which we'll delve into in the next video. Thanks for staying with us once again.